Alright, now we got a new commission order. The client came to me after coming across my commission slot, and of course that the client asked me first if I am interested in doing work for the client, and of course I want the money. I mean, why not? It's money. And I said, of course we need the money. The client wants a half-body character and they put a link for the character references. What makes me worried that the client wrote something like to visual the character, and after clicking the link it confirms my fear. I have to make a design for the character, not making a character from a game or the original character. I've been given a task to design the original character, and the moment I open the link there is quite a unique character design, starting with a monkey's costume with golden armor, but the client wants me to design the character without the golden armor. I do not know if it's a monkey's attire, and I do not even know what golden armor is. Do not add me. The character supposedly had iron hair with a twig or leaves coming out or attached to the hair, with an alienist eyes color and an eye patch like Kakashi, but replace the black cloth but put leaves as an eye patch. And the character supposedly had this cool tattoo on the arm to shoulder, but the client asked for a double-headed serpent tattoo, and the character has brown skin, of course. And to make the character design from what I've received, the client wants me to draw a character with a natural design. I can translate that from the natural stuff like twigs or leaves on the hair and the leaves eye patch. It strengthened my guess with the monkey's attire. Pretty much the client wants me to draw a monkey's in a natural kind of stuff, but what makes me go for a bit is the serpent tattoo. Serpent or snake is a symbol of corruption from my understanding, devastation or even death in some part of the world. So I'm asking about the correlation between the natural part of the references and the snake part of the reference. But there is a part that I do not know what to draw from the references. Does the client wants me to draw a female or a male? To know that, I want to ask the client directly. As for the next day, I got a response. The character is a C. Good lord, it's not that I cannot draw a male. Trust me, I can draw a male. The client would like the character to be a bit more androgyny. What the hell is androgyny? After a bit of a search, Google said that androgyny is neither masculine nor feminine. Probably gonna put the image on the screen. After confirming the details, I need to confirm the cost. Many of the clients often do not read my description of my commission slots, so it kinda worries me. But fortunately, the client agreed to pay $50 for a half-body commission fee. Now that the client agreed to the cost of the commission, I started sketching then. But as for the post, I have this natural majors post in mind. It will be difficult to translate this androgyny character type. It would be non-masculine or feminine, but at the same time, for me, it could be also masculine and feminine. The character probably as gentle as mages, but at the same time could be a bit more muscular. Here is what I had in mind: a monkey's female with natural genre stuff going on, because it got leaves. After I'm done sketching, I send them the sketch. After I give them the sketch and wait for about 10 hours maybe, I got a response. The client said that the character is supposedly some kind of a wood elf, so we need to add some pointy ears, and the client wants to make the bosom. What's the bosom? After a Google search, the word bosom means the chest. What is this? Why do you want to smaller? I mean, I draw big boob anime tatas for fuck's sake. Anyway, I added some ease and some stuff, make the chest area smaller and tilt the neck a bit so that the pose is not that stiff. After I'm done with the revision, I give the sketch and wait for the response. After I got a response, the client said that the this client said that the client said that the reference the client said that the revision sketch is good already, so I think that the rough sketch has been approved. I will just wait for the payment so that I can continue working on the piece. And after the client paid the commission costs, I straight up continue working on the piece that day, since the client paid me around 2 January. Pretty much we are having a red day on the calendar and got nothing to do, so I just finished the piece after receiving the payment on that day. Here's what the finished product looked like. Tried to add some clouds on it. Not gonna lie, it reminds me of Avatar Aang, but with orangish hair. The client said that the character is a wood elf. It will be perfect with a nature or a forest as background, but I cannot draw it yet. I really need to learn how to draw a background. After I'm done with the piece, I send them the PNG file. After I'm done sending the PNG file, I need to wait for the response, hoping that the client wouldn't need another revisions, hopefully. And after waiting for the response, I got one. The client wants the character skins a bit more darker. Not gonna lie, I don't have that much of knowledge of painting people with darker color, because I often draw Japanese anime characters with light skin, so it kinda makes sense that I kinda suck at painting people with darker color. But the client also explained that the character Albert hair color is a bit more reddish. From what I searched, that Albert color is kinda yellow, close to brown but lighter. I thought that was the way to draw Albert color, not reddish color. So I thought that the reddish color hair was called ginger. Anyway, I comply with the client's request to make the skin color of the character a bit darker and make the hair of the character a bit more reddish. After I'm done making the revision by changing the skin tone to be more darker and making the hair a bit more reddish, I send the client the file of the changes. After waiting for other hours, I received another response of revisions. The client forgot to say that the character supposedly had this green leaves or grassy discoloration stuff below the character's elbow, but I'm not sure that I understand the request for revision, so I asked the client to prepare me a reference so that I don't want to make any guesses wrong, to make wrong guess. And the client sent me this picture as a reference. This picture had Groot thingy with green stuff growing on it. And after receiving the revision details, I opened my Medibang and start drawing. And I start adding some green stuff growing on the character's arms, the greens that grew below the elbow as the client requested. I tried making the green moss, moss. Forgot to say that the client also said it was okay to mimic the leaves I patched for the arms. So after I'm done adding the moss, I started thinking to add the leaves along with some green fanny stuff to make the growing of the leaves a bit more makes sense. So it's kinda of a weird fanny things on her arms. Kinda a cool concept, not gonna lie, about the fanny thing. So the design is quite interesting. The character is supposedly an elf, a wood elf. That is quite interesting. I thought that all elves had these things connected to nature, but apparently these elves got quite a unique stuff going on. Probably in this world of design, the client envisions a world of a magic and sword, in that world the race of elves are quite a lot. From what I know, there are only kind of elves, the original one, on which that they are depicted with grace, elegant stuff, and also connected with nature. And these original elves excel at magic more than any other races. And the other one is dark elves, which they are dark creature that lives underground. I'm just pairing some nonsense from the little knowledge that I know. I get the nods of elves from a game named Dragoness. In the game, the elves was born from a great tree. The elves that we can play in the game are the normal elves that born from the great tree that is healthy. The dark elves were born from a corrupted tree. Apparently there are two great trees from which that the elves are born. As for the reason that the three of the Dark Elves got corrupted, there was once a war between the Chaos Dragon and the Ancient Dragon. The war was caused by two goddesses in which that one of the sister is envious of the other because one had done a great job in creating a world. The war was won by the Ancient Dragon, the one that was created by the good goddess, I believe. But the blood of both dragons from the bloody fight between the two deity lizards causes too much of a bad miasma that corrupted one of the great three. That is how the origin of Dark Elves in the game. From what I know, there are two kind of elves, one with fresh and warm white skin that you often see in the game or movie, and the other is pale that white skin. So it's kinda interesting that there are client that commissioned me to draw an elf with brown skin, because that I thought that the name of the elves is wood elf. I thought that there will be no human pigment traits with skin color. Probably like Natur Fairy from the Troll Hunter, with the skin kinda pale and the attire follows that of a big leaves clothing. After that I sent them the stuff and hey, they actually like it. The client was happy with my job and the client gave me a fat tip of $15. Probably because of the speed that I put on the piece. I'm not doing that fantastically, to be honest. It's just that I got nothing to do on the holiday, so I just get the piece done on the day. Maybe that is why the clients likes my speed. It's also that I'm working on the piece for around 9 hours, if I'm not wrong. Not that fast, but hey, so long that the client is happy. And a 5-star to our lovely client that got us to design their character.